Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I want to talk about the sign of Capricorn for the year of 2022. So if you're sidereal Vedic, ascendant or moon are in Capricorn, this is the one to listen to. Now, if you don't know your Vedic sidereal rising ascendant sign or moon sign, go to my website, which is galacticcenter.org, and go to my free chart calculator. And once you put in all of your information, you scroll down, and at the bottom, you will find your AS or ASC, that's your ascendant, and your moon sign. And if you're Capricorn, this is a year that you have been experiencing great things financially. Over the course of the past year, all the way till April, I think money's been doing very well in your life. You've been productive, you've been successful. The whole pandemic thing hasn't affected you like it has other people. Now, another thing that Jupiter in the second house can do for you is bring family together. So if money is not the focus, family is. Bringing family together and really finding a connection to family has been a very rewarding experience throughout this time frame. Even going back and thinking about what it's been like in the past and being happy about who you are and what has transpired throughout this past year, you're grateful. But things are about to change. And Jupiter's about to go into your third house. And with it going into the third house, you are so ready to start traveling again. In the third house, there's going to be opportunities for travel. Maybe they're just short distances, but it's still times to get away. And for the most part, when Jupiter's in the third house, you spend a lot of time in the car doing road trips or something like that. Or that maybe you spend a lot of time in your car day in to day out, maybe a commute, or you're constantly going someplace. This will indicate movement. Now, if this isn't the case, then you're going to be spending more time learning. Education, school, courses, classes come up that you've been wanting to take, and you will learn so much more. Maybe you're even in a position where you're doing the teaching to a certain degree, passing on information. You see, the third house deals with learning, education, communications. So you might even be inspired to do some writing and write that book that you've been putting off for so very long. And with Jupiter here, it will also bring you closer to to brothers and sisters if you have any. Maybe you'll start visiting them more or traveling to see them, or either calling them up and talking more, getting closer. The relationship will flourish more throughout this year. And when I say year, I mean April of 2022 till April of 2023. So this is a good time for reconnecting with siblings. And even if your father's still alive, you might find that this is a time that you will become closer to family and father and siblings. Now, while Jupiter is transiting your third house, this will start probably you thinking about possibility of where you would like to live, maybe move. Now, this won't happen yet. Don't get me wrong, but next year that will be where you're headed. So you'll start contemplating, where would I go? What would I do? Those type of things will come into play with your thoughts, your feelings. So talking about where Rahu and Ketu are for you, they've been in your 5th and 11th house, Rahu, Ketu. And this could have caused all sorts of indications of things changing in the area of friends or friendships, people kind of disappearing in your life, and If you have children, maybe they've been expensive or lots of things went on where they needed your attention. But your creativity has really been on a roll over the course of the past year. Now, beginning this March, things are going to change quite rapidly. And here's what I see when Rahu goes into your 4th house and Ketu in your 10th house. Now, this will start in March. This will continue for about a year and a half following. So from March of 2022 till November of 2023, you are really contemplating a big change with your work and your career. You may quit, or you may find that maybe you're laid off, but something about your work will change in that window of time. Maybe just a positional change, a department change, or maybe your boss will change. A lot is going to happen in the area of work during that window of time of a year and a half, but it just starts to initiate this March. You'll see how the winds of change will start in during the time that you have Ketu transiting your 10th house. Ketu is always change and it's always movement. The eclipses will be happening in your 10th and 4th house. So with Rahu in your 4th house, you are looking seriously about where you want to live and what you want to do. And I feel like by the time of a year's time's up, you will have moved. And maybe it is relative to a job position or something like that. Or maybe you're just going to be working more out of your home instead of in the office. This can have a big shift. So where you work and where you live is under change, under the aspect of much, much change. And so another thing is, if your mother's still alive, please check in on her. K2 means there's something that she's going through. Maybe some kind of loss. Maybe it's dealing with her life and emotions, or maybe it's something to do with her health. Check it out. And you might find that it's time, maybe you don't want to, and it's probably not a good time to buy a new car. But it can also mean that something about your car is not working properly. You might have to get it fixed. So that's what I'm seeing with the Rahu Ketu axes in your 4th and your 10th, in your 4th and 10th houses. So with that, I'd like to close. If you would like more information on me, you can always go to my website, which is galacticcenter.org. And remember, if you want to study and learn Vedic astrology, go to my university website, which is universityofvedicastrology.com. Join our community of astrologers, and our new start date starts January 10th of 2022. Thank you.